Profound, deep, intense sense it is easy to construe. A superficial remark to be a profound one. Profound, extreme, adjective, felt or experienced very strongly or in an extreme way. His mother's death, when he was aged 6, had a very profound effect on him. The invention of the contraceptive pill brought about profound changes in the lives of women. Those 2 lines of poetry express perfectly the profound sadness of loss. My grandfather has a profound mistrust of anything new or foreign. There was a note of profound irritation in his voice. Profoundly, adverb. Society has changed so profoundly over the last 50 years. We are all profoundly grateful for your help and encouragement. Profundity, noun, new formal, profound, showing understanding, adjective, showing a clear and deep understanding of serious matters, profound truths, wisdom. The review that I read said that it was a thoughtful and profound film. Dying is easy, it's living that's the problem. It was very profound of you, Stephen. Profundity, noun, formal, 1, knew the quality of showing a clear and deep understanding of serious matters. The profundity of his remarks. 2, see, usually plural, a remark or thought that shows, was intended to show, great understanding. We would sit up all night exchanging profundities. Alleviate, make easier, lighten sense. If we cannot alleviate the harmful effects entirely, at least we can attenuate, weaken them. Sense, alleviate, verb T, formal, to make something bad such as pain or problems less severe. The drugs did nothing to alleviate her pain, suffering. Alleviation, noun, knew the alleviation of poverty, prodigious, extraordinary, enormous, massive. Since the enemy made a prodigious effort to repress the uprising. Sense, prodigious, adjective, formal, extremely great in ability, amount or strength. She wrote a truly prodigious number of novels. She was a prodigious musician. Adverb, he was a prodigiously gifted artist. Expedite, speed, rapidity. Since we hoped that the arbiter would expedite the solution to the fracas that had been so elusive for a long time. Since, expedite, verb T, formal, to cause, to be done more quickly, to hurry. Something needs to be done to expedite the process. Expedition, noun, new formal, speed in doing something. We will deal with your order with the greatest possible expedition. Expeditious, adjective, formal, quick. The bank was expeditious in replying to my letter. Expeditiously, adverb, formal, celerity, carry out promptly. Since he accepted the lucrative position with celerity. Since, celerity, noun, new formal, speed, ivory tower, isolated from life, not in touch with life's problems. Since many artists have been said to be living in an ivory tower. The library machine, as automation permeates many new ideas of life, its effect upon us becomes concomitantly accompanying more profound. Information processing and communications machines are finding their way into libraries. Here they alleviate the burden of storing and bringing out to the reader the accumulation of information that is becoming more prodigious in this era of specialization, and threatening to inundate, to fill up with our already encumbered library system. As a way to expedite the selection of pertinent information for the reader, the machine scans 5,000 words per minute. It is the celerity of machine reading that makes automation in the library so valuable. Usurp, seize, annex, grab. Since it is during a period of ferment uproar that a dictator can usurp power. Since, usurp. Since, verb T, slightly formal, to take control or a position of power, especially without having the right to. The powers of local councils are being usurped by central government. Usurper, noun, see, slightly formal, paltry, petty, worthless. Since the most trivial defects may have a deleterious effect upon the efficacy of that new process. Since, paltry, adjective, one of a sum of money very small and of little or no value. Student grants these days are paltry, and many students have to take out loans. The company offered Jeremy a paltry sum which he refused. Too low in quality, she made some paltry excuse and left. Condone, excuse, pardon. Since, do you expect me to condone that reprehensible act with such celerity? Since, condone, verb T, to accept or allow behavior that is wrong. If the government is seen to condone violence, the bloodshed will never stop. Trivial, of little importance, insignificant. Since they exacerbate, make worse a trivial difference of opinion into a prodigious conflict. Since, trivial, plural, noun, unimportant details or information. She has an encyclopedic knowledge of pop trivia. I'm fascinated by the trivia of everyday life. Trivial, adjective, one having little value or importance. I don't know why he gets so upset about something that is utterly trivial. Sexual harassment in the workplace is not a trivial matter. 2 describes a problem that is easy to solve. Getting computers to understand human language is not a trivial problem. Triviality. Noun 2 You lack of importance. The prison sentence seemed rather harsh, considering the triviality of the offense. Trivialize. UK usually trivialize verb T disapproving, to make something seem less important than it really is. I don't want to trivialize the problem, but I do think there are more important matters to discuss. Bizarre, fantastic, odd sense. Most of us scoff at and belittle bizarre behavior. Sense. Bizarre adjective very strange and unusual, a bizarre situation. Bizarre behavior. Bizarrely. Adverb. Bizarreness. Noun. You, to feather one's nest, to enrich oneself on the sly, or at every opportunity. Since he played up to his senile old senior aunt in the hope of feathering his nest, when she made out her will. The language machine. Those who see the spread of automated machines as a nefarious force out to usurp the proper functions of mankind have corroboration for their belief in the language machine. The paltry handful of expert translators with a profound knowledge of many foreign languages leaves a wide gap in our sources of vital information. With important technological and scientific work being done abroad, it is difficult to condone this situation. A machine may be set to treat a foreign language as a coded message that it can analyze and put into English. Perhaps it will not do an impeccable, faultless job, but it will permit the translation of even the most trivial foreign reports and writings. As bizarre as it might seem, machines are taking over as translators in ever-increasing numbers. Menial, humble, degrading sense. Although she did not find it congenial, we cajoled our daughter into doing some of the menial tasks around the house. Sense. Menial adjective. Disapproving describes work that is boring, tiring and given a low social value. It's fairly menial work, such as washing dishes and cleaning floors. A menial job task. Venerable, respected, worship. Sense. The prodigy, genius, revered, respect the venerable master. Sense. Venerable adjective. 1 formal, deserving respect because of age, high position or religious or historical importance. A venerable tradition. Company, family. 2 informal, mainly humorous, describes something that has been in use, or someone who has been involved in something for a long time. In recent years there has been a noticeable decline in such venerable British institutions as afternoon tea and the Sunday roast. Venerable adjective. 1 the venerable, used as a title for an archdeacon in the Church of England. 2 used as a title for a person who is considered holy by the Roman Catholic Church, but who has not yet been made a saint. 3 used as a title for a monk in Buddhism. Extraneous, foreign, not belonging. Sense. The astute voter is not susceptible to the many extraneous shibboleths that saturate a politician's speech. Sense. Extraneous adjective. Not directly connected with or related to something. Extraneous information. These questions are extraneous to the issue being discussed. Ambiguous, vague, undefined, not specific. Sense. To those who could understand every nuance of the cryptic message, there was nothing ambiguous about it. Sense. Ambiguous adjective. Having or expressing more than one possible meaning, sometimes intentionally. His reply to my question was somewhat ambiguous. The wording of the agreement is ambiguous. The government has been ambiguous on this issue. Some questions were badly or ambiguously worded. Ambiguity. Noun C or U. We wish to remove any ambiguity, confusion concerning our demands. There are some ambiguities in the legislation. Succinct, brief, concise. Sense. He could say the most vitriolic things in a succinct way. Sense. Succinct adjective. Approving, said in a clear and short way, expressing what needs to be said without unnecessary words. Keep your letter succinct and to the point. Succinctly. Adverb. Approving. I thought she expressed her feelings most succinctly in the meeting. Succinctness. Noun U. Approving the writing on the wall, an incident or event that shows what will happen in the future. Sense. In retrospect, he should have seen the writing on the wall when his girlfriend gave him only a cursory, hasty greeting on his birthday. A predicting machine. While a machine may usurp many menial tasks, typing of letters, making out paychecks, it can also work in less mundane, common ways. One such example was the use of a computer to predict the results of a football game. All the information about the two teams, speed of the backs, weight of the linemen, past performances of the teams, even the year served by the venerable coaches, was fed into the machine. Extraneous material was avoided. The astute, clever computer printed the figure 1 for each team. While this may seem ambiguous to the average person, it represented in the succinct language of the computer the actual score of one touchdown for each side, 7-7. Archaic out-of-date sense. With all candor, I cannot wish for a return to the archaic times, when a moribund deadly society provided an opulent luxurious existence for some, but a loathe-hatesome life for the majority. Sense archaic adjective of or belonging to the distant past, from an ancient period in history, an archaic system of government, an archaic law or language. Archaically. Sense adverb archaism. Noun. See specialized a word or expression that is not generally used anymore. Emulate, rival, strive to equal. Sense the wish to emulate a great person is laudable praise. Sense emulate. Verb t formal, to copy something achieved by someone else, and try to do it as well as they have. They hope to emulate the success of other software companies. Fitzgerald is keen to emulate Martin's record of 3 successive world titles. Emulation. Noun. C or U formal, facetious, comical, humorous, witty. Sense there is something facetious about an egotist, who has the temerity to begin a speech with, in all humility, humble. Facetious adjective. Disapproving, not serious about a serious subject, in an attempt to be funny or to appear clever. Facetious remarks. He's just being facetious. Facetiously. Adverb facetiousness. Noun. Rabid, fanatical, furious, mad. Sense it is not prudent to malign, besmirch or castigate, or be derogatory in any way toward. Adjective. Mainly disapproving, having and expressing extreme and unreasonable feelings. The attack is believed to have been carried out by a group of rabid anti-Semites. A rabid feminist. See also rabid at rabies. Rabidly. Adverb. Mainly disapproving, salubrious, healthful, wholesome. Sense some maintain that the ascetic leads a salubrious life. Sense salubrious adjective formal, describes a place that is pleasant, clean, and healthy to live in. He doesn't live in a very salubrious part of town. On the bandwagon, joining with the majority, going along with the trend. Sense most advertisements showing many people using a product hope to convince the viewer to get on the bandwagon and buy the item. A painting machine. There is even now a computer machine that may make other art forms archaic. Using computer methods, this machine can originate paintings and photographs. A machine that can emulate an artist is not as facetious as it may appear. Automation is inundating, some say with deleterious effects, all areas of self-expression from music to literature. The most rabid adherents of our technological progress look upon these events as singularly favorable. They see these as harbingers of a time when machines will do all of the labor, and men will gain the salubrious benefits. A formidable opponent. One of the most interesting tests of a computer's ability to think occurred in 1992. The world's chess champion, a man of prodigious mental ability in the sport, was challenged to compete against the most powerful computer programmed to play chess. The question was, could a machine usurp a human's place as the best chess player in the world? The match took place before hundreds of chess enthusiasts, and was recorded on film. While the computer lacked the champion's experience and emotional capacity, it worked with such celerity that it could search ahead for many thousands of choices, well beyond what any human could envision. In fact, the computer had already defeated many venerable chess masters in preparation for the contest. The result of this test match was salubrious as far as human self-esteem was concerned. The champion won fairly easily. However, there is almost total agreement that it is only a matter of time before we have an electronic chess champion, one incapable of making a blunder. At that point it will be checkmate for all of us. Null.